Hey everyone, thanks for coming back for another anime figure opening video today. Today we're going to be opening up this tiny box. This is the DOll Crystal Rem figure that came out in Japan recently. This is one of two figures that were released at the same time. There was this one, which is the standard version, and then there was a white one where Rem was wearing a white outfit of some sort. We got this one because it was cheaper, but I do recommend checking that one out because it's also very, very pretty. And who knows, we might get that in the future too. But anyway, let's kick this video off by having a look at the box. So in the top corner you can see it says DOll Crystal Rem figure. This is part of the DOll Crystal figure series that is released here in Japan. These are very, very pretty figures and I'm very, very impressed with the quality most times we open them. We actually opened a Hatsune Miku figure before, so if you haven't checked out that video, definitely go back and have a look because it's beautiful, that figure. But Rem basically takes up the front here and her head looks absolutely massive compared to the rest of her body. So it's going to be interesting to have a look at that. And we also have Taito down here. On the side we have Rem with a nice full body shot here. She's just looking off into the distance. It's very, very pretty. And on the other side you can see Rem is looking off into the distance. So we have a shot of her from behind. But also here, down in the bottom left corner, we have Re:Zero, and if it will focus, it says Memory Snow. This is a release because the movie came out last year in fall 2018, and they're actually releasing an OVA to re-show parts of that on TV very soon, in preparation for the second series, which of course I'm very excited for. But anyway, and then on the other side we have Rem from the front again. This time she's looking off at the distance and it looks as though the DOll Crystal is hovering above her hand there. So very, very pretty. Also on the top we have DOll Crystal up here, Re:Zero starting life in another world along with Taito and Jaya Prize. Here's our Kadoko sticker, so it's always nice to have that on there. And then on the bottom we just have a little bit of warning information. So that's pretty much the box. Alright, let's get this open. Okay, and in with the knife. I'm assuming there are 3 bits of tape. Yeah, it looks like it. I have to reiterate, this box is tiny. It's much, much smaller than the Hatsune Miku figure we opened before, so I'm trying to be a little bit more careful with it. Because it's smaller, it feels just a little bit more fragile. I don't know why. But anyway, let's open her up. And oh, she's in a lovely plastic casing. Good, good, good. And here we go. Oh, that's very anticlimactic. Try to get... Here we go! Oh god, that's creepy. So this looks like it comes in many different small parts. Oh, interesting. Alright, well let's take her out of her casing and see what we've got. Give me a second. Okay, and after a little bit of unpacking, we have a head which looks extremely creepy when it doesn't have a body, which is kind of weird. And then we also have a body without a head. Again, that looks really damn weird. And then we also have a stand in a case. So let's get round and open up these little bits. Let's put it together. Okay, so let's start by taking a look at the stand. Okay, and here's our stand. And like the Hatsune Miku figure, this is tiny. It's very, very pretty. It has this lovely kind of snowflake pattern all over it. It's very, very cool. There's a white material, so we can't actually see all the way through, but it is actually a clear plastic that it's made of. You could also see down here we have Re:Zero starting life in another world, and then Memory Snow. Of course, this is for the movie, or probably more so for the OVA that's coming out very, very soon. On the back, over here, sorry, I haven't actually checked, there is a tiny little bit of information which probably says along the lines of Taito and Crypto Inc. and made in China. I can't read it, you probably can't read it, so there we go. But very, very pretty and very, very small. So let's put this down and hopefully it doesn't get lost in the white background. And then of course we have the Rem figure herself, and this is adorable. Look how cute this is. Even though the head is massive compared to the rest of her body, being at least, what, a third, almost half of her body size, it's still very, very cute. So let's get into reviewing it. So starting off with her face, as you can see, she has one massive eye here, and actually under her hair there we do have a second eye. They are both looking off in the distance over this way, so she's looking off at something. She also has a tiny, tiny dinky little nose there, and her mouth is wide open. Again, we have two different layers of pink here, the lighter pink and the dark pink, to represent different parts of her mouth, and then one massive tooth there. Of course, that's supposed to represent many teeth. So it looks very, very pretty. You can also see that her hair is one solid blue piece that goes all the way around, with a few little pieces coming off at the back. And actually at the front, it goes down into a more translucent plastic, so we can see part of her eye through the hair itself. I do love this frosted design, it's very, very pretty. And because this is a memory snow figure, memory snow, whatever you want to call it, it's nice to have that kind of frosted look to it, kind of going nicely with the rest of this kind of wintry theme on her clothes, which we'll get to in a bit. You can also see that she has this headband at the front, keeping her bangs to one side, and she also has this very, very beautifully designed little kind of ribbon on the side here, on top of her headband. Again, this is very nicely designed. And of course it would be strange if she didn't have them, but there is also a ear here, and then another ear underneath here. So everything is formed very, very nicely on her head. And the best part is there's no ugly part that's kind of sticking out, so it's very, very pretty. Okay, and moving from her head down to her body, you can see that she is wearing this beautiful maid outfit. But this maid outfit has a little bit of a twist, because of the ruffles on her sleeves right at the end look very, very fluffy. And I think this is supposed to be keeping in theme with the Memory Snow theme. I'll be honest, I haven't seen the movie, but in every trailer I've seen, it looks like Emilia is deep in snow and it looks extremely cold. I'm actually really excited to watch it, but I haven't got around to doing so yet, but we'll get there. So I'm assuming this Rem is pretty cold, which is why she has these little ruffles. But on her maid outfit, you can see that the bow up there is actually drawn on this time, on this nice front kind of bit here. It's very, very pretty. She also has this little jacket here, well, this little waist bit keeping in her waist and poking out her bust a little bit in the white material there. She also has 4 little buttons there, which is kind of cute. And then she has her maid apron that goes all the way around. Again, this looks very, very nice, and I love the detail, especially here because we have 1, 2, 3 different layers to the figure dress. Also on the back we have a big white ribbon. Again, this is also very pretty and a little bit malleable, so we can move that around if we want to. And then one hand is up, kind of just waving or potentially holding a tray, and her other hand is down at her side here. But it's very, very interesting the amount of detail that's gone into all of this, so very, very pretty. And then moving to the final part, we have her dinky little legs here. These are tiny, and I'm not going to give you a warning for up the dress because there's not really anything up there. It's just one white plastic that goes all the way up. But these little booties on her feet are so cute. I mean, they're tiny. The feet are so small. But I love that little blue ribbon that's there. If the camera will focus, come on, focus. There we go. Little blue ribbon there on the nice fluffy outline there to these. We'll call them Uggs. Why not? Because I don't know any other name for them. And then we also have these 2 little points here which are going to go into the stand down here. So, with that in mind, let's get her in her stand. And there you go, there she is in her stand. This figure is absolutely beautiful, and I rarely get these small kinds of figures. I'm not a big fan of Good Smile Company or anything like that, so it's nice to get something a little bit different from time to time. But anyway, I've been blathering on a little bit too long, I feel. So let's take a few pretty shots at this figure. Let's take a look. Okay, and let's go find your new home. Let's go for a very, very short walk. So yeah, this is very, very pretty. I'm very, very impressed with this figure. She's tiny and she goes very, very nicely, hopefully without falling, right next to this very, very small DOll Crystal Miku figure. But there you go, that is the DOll Crystal Rem. Very, very pretty. And again, as I said at the beginning, there are two versions. One where she is wearing white and one where she is wearing black right here. She cost us 2,000 yen and she was definitely a worthwhile investment because she is extremely pretty. But thanks again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. We have more anime figures coming very, very soon, so check back for those. Okay, bye!